Hey everybody, just gonna give it a minute and let people get a chance to tune in and kind of see what we're up to. Yeah, so just gonna give it a few minutes, let everybody get a chance to kind of tune in. So thank you so much for everybody who is currently tuning in. We do appreciate you joining us and connecting. It's a fun Sunday, hey? Yeah. Just give it a couple more minutes and we'll get going here. I have some cool announcements to make, and I hope you stay tuned in and check it out. Just one more minute and I think we'll get going. I see we have some people tuning in, and that's great. As I have you here, take a minute to enjoy these amazing kind of team members that I have kind of hanging out behind me. It's so important that we celebrate some of these individuals, and the lovely Hannah there. Yeah, just one more minute and we'll get going here. Looks like we got a few different people tuning in, and yeah. Awesome. Okay, everybody. So thank you so much for tuning in on this Sunday. It's really great to have you here. I'm just seeing a few other people here that are sending me some messages. I just want to connect with that quickly. And here we go. So my name's Chaz, and I am the president and CEO of BeTheChangeYYC. So today, on this Sunday, I just want to first of all say thank you so much for tuning in. You can help right now and be the change just by simply liking and sharing this video. Something that is so important to note is primarily Be The Change has for years just been simply funded by you in Calgary who are acting to literally be the change. So, send some hearts, send some love, and please like and share this video. I know we spend a lot of time asking for, donations and things like that, because we are, 100% volunteer run, and each of our team members, of course, donates as well. And so even if you can't donate, those likes and those shares, it really helps us spread the word and encourage other people to participate. There are people out there that want to help, and you can be the change, and you can help activate them by liking and sharing. A lot of the work we do here at Be The Change, additionally to providing those tangible essentials as we walk the streets of Calgary, is advocating on behalf of our clients. And so advocating, we primarily use media, social media. There's a lot of news that we are very thankful that they have been covering the stories that we have been sharing. And so, today when I went live, you'll notice a couple things behind me here. And so I wanted to really put up these pictures of these outreach workers behind me, because it's really them that do all this amazing work. There's addictions workers right here, and then there's a social worker right there, Hannah, and there's Kevin, and So it's this great group. I guess that's me. I had to actually take a look back. I was like, who is this person? That's me. So, and this is another amazing individual who also works with AHS. So you can see here in this photo, we have some great tangible items, and we have our high visibility vests on. And this is so our clients recognize us, but it's also part of our safety mechanism as well. And as you see here, these are some boxes, and we'll come back to that. So, there's here's Michael here, who's our Saturday team lead, and we just want to celebrate these volunteers. As you can see, this is winter. It's cold outside, and our outreach workers are hitting the streets. So last night, it was freezing cold. I think it was about -20. And, our outreach workers were walking the streets. They were walking the back alleys of Calgary, and they were looking for people experiencing homelessness. And so these individuals experiencing homelessness, we primarily connect them with the tangible essentials that we get donated, and we're trying to connect with them in a deeper level. But in order to connect with them, we need to meet them where they're at in the moment. I have many clients that are simply hungry, they're thirsty, they're cold. And while we encourage clients to access shelters right now, we need to meet them where they're at. I was writing earlier this morning. I did some yoga, and I was thinking, and I came to this point where, how many times do I hear clients say why they won't go into emergency shelters? There are so many legitimate reasons for that. So many times I have women, and just last night, Bear Clan reached out because, they needed some supplies for a lady, and she just could not go to a shelter because she, was raped. And this is a story I hear often by women, unfortunately, is this abuse that happens in these environments. And, I hear from the men so often that they were jumped, that they were robbed. And, while I truly believe that there are great staff and they have great motives, and they are taking time because, that's their job to protect these individuals. These circumstances happen. And then how do we navigate those conversations? And, so these are things that existed pre-COVID. And now we have, COVID in the midst, and people are afraid to go into emergency shelters because, they don't want to go into a room with hundreds of other people to sleep for the night. And when I think of where I meet these individuals, I often ask myself one question. Would I, want to go into these circumstances? Would I personally want to, go in a room full of hundreds of people? And I don't think I would. But when we're asking about, if you're going to freeze to death or potentially risk catching COVID, I think we need to triage the cold, the freezing. That is definitely, absolutely the immediate threat we have to deal with. And I think it's important that we are encouraging clients to access emergency shelters and get them on those housing lists. We connect them to the Source, which our office is in the right next to it. And the Source is a place where, clients, whether they're rough sleeping or in shelters, they can all go and they can access, and get onto the housing list. And that's open Monday to Friday, 9 till 3 p.m. now. It was closed for most of the pandemic, recently reopened a month or a month and a half ago. And so I'm very grateful that service has been reinstated. But, and then I just want to circle back to people experiencing homelessness and, sleeping outside. And I had an incident just lately, and I was looking for that photo, but, I had 10 clients all, huddled on heat vents. Some of them were using, hard substances, and I think a regular population might walk by and be like, oh, well, they're just using, and there could be a judgment and a stigma attached. But I want to challenge people, because why are people in this state? It's below -20 outside, first of all, and they're on a heat vent in a group of people outside, banned from shelters, terrified to go into shelters, so they're self-medicating. And often this is just a survival mechanism. I think it's written into our DNA to survive. Our minds are capable of such greatness, and they will do whatever they need to survive. And so this is just a mechanism of survival, and a reminder that people do need support, but we need to meet them where they're at, and we need to leave some of those judgments behind. Because, personally, when I experienced homelessness, I used substances from 15 to 18, 05 to 08, and this was just because it was around and it was accessible and it was part of my survival mechanism. When I was housed, and housing first, so I was given housing without expectations other than I needed in a few months to pay rent. That all stopped because the reason for substance use, the trauma, the cold, the hunger, the consistent stress, all of these traumas now did not exist in my life. And I was housed and I was warm. I had food. I could shower when I needed to shower. I could do my laundry. I had resources. I could, de-stress and watch television. I could call a friend. I could just be alone in my own safe place. And, all these coping mechanisms that I didn't have, I now had. And so all of that had primarily disappeared. And so this is what we call housing first. And ultimately, we need to house people. And we had some momentum happening the past few months where, hundreds of people were housed during the summer. The Drop-In Center was doing great work, Alpha House, the Mustard Seed. And we need to keep that momentum because ultimately housing people, these are houseless individuals. They need housing. This is what homelessness is about, is that they have their homelessness, right? So we need to give homes. We need to create these structures and allow people to have these coping mechanisms again. Shelters are, emergency shelters. They are not housing. They are filled with some amazing staff trying to do the best that they simply can. But emergency shelters are just emergency shelters. They are not the solution. They are a temporary solution. And I think we as people need to continue to, demand as a society, because, I hear people say, well, the government should do this, the government should do that. And I want to remind you, we the people are the government. And so we the people need to remember that it is our obligation to care for vulnerable people and in need. If we the people decide that we want to provide housing and services that will help these individuals, it would be done. So I just want to challenge each and every one of you and everyone out there, including myself, that when we say this, other entity, the government should do this, but really it's us, the people, that are the government, and we, the people, need to be doing this and participating in these solutions. And, that is what Be the Change is about. You can truly be the change, and that's what will bring me to these boxes right behind me, because these are actions of being the change. And so we've been running this Amazon wish list here for a while. And you can go on there and you can order online and you can see what we're looking for: tents, hand, feet warmers, and we don't want people to sleep outside. But as I've sort of outlined for you, people will indeed be sleeping outside for many reasons that are very legitimate, and we need to meet people where they're at in those moments. So first, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's currently tuning in here. I'm just going to take a sip because I definitely am talking fast and much. So I need to give a few individual shout outs here to people that have recently donated. And so we have Michelle Robinson. So Michelle Robinson has been bringing us Narcan kits. That's the nasal spray, because she knows that we're having to revive people that are basically dying on the sidewalk. And while this has been an interesting time to live in during the pandemic, We want to keep people alive, so she sees that, she recognizes that, and she's been donating nasal Narcan for us to bring people back to life and save lives, literally save lives here. So we have Kathy Abushan, sorry, I'm definitely not saying that right, but she's from the Women's Circle. They have been bringing things like, fresh chicken that was purchased at Superstore, fresh fruit like bananas and apples, and these things, these fresh produce, these fresh products are a little taste of home. And when you're down and out, having moments of love like this, it goes very far. And so I thank you, Kathy, from the Women's Circle, because it is people like you that continue to, create change and inspire change, and you're touching people's lives in a way that, you might not be able to see, but we get to witness that. And, ultimately in the future, this will have impacted someone's life and helped. And so just know that. We also have the ICNA sisters, so ICNA sisters, and so they have been donating very generously as well. They brought recently so many bottles of water. I can't even remember how many, but it's like cases of water, because restaurants have been shut down. When you're homeless and you can't, all drop-in services have been shut down at the drop-in center and things like that. Where do you go to get fresh water? You don't have anywhere. So our outreach team is primarily, for many people, the only way to get these services. And so thank you so much for that. That has been fantastic. So we also yesterday had Joanna, Mariel, and family. So they brought blankets, and they brought food and chips and all sorts of little snacks that we can hand out. And so thank you so much for that. We have an anonymous donation as well. There's so many people donating all the time, and I just want to say thank you so much for doing that. It's really because of you, people buying on the Amazon wish list. We are so thankful for all of that. The drop-in center has started donating, blankets and mitts, toques, gloves, and some of the extra things they have. And while we're serving almost 1,000 individuals, sleeping rough throughout the pandemic per month, supplies do go very quickly. And there's another little girl with her mom that was donating just last week. And so thank you so much, because these supplies, I think they're even handed out already. Here's some of our outreach team, and they're doing great work, and here they are kind of celebrating. So let's move on again to these boxes. So this is going to look a little tedious as I kind of spin you around here. But so these were tents that somebody ordered off our Amazon wish list, and usually we get a little note inside of them that says who donated them. And so I don't know, these are anonymous tents, so thank you to the anonymous tent donors. We don't want people sleeping outside, but they are. And so these will go to those individuals, and that will create a relationship where we can try and encourage them to get into housing programs. So if we just move past these tents right here. So here's another donation, and a shout out goes to our friend Tash H. So Tash Hannon, thank you so much. These are hand warmers, and these hand warmers will go to those sleeping rough as well. These stay warm for 18 hours, the ones that we have on our wish list. And so if people are sleeping outside, we want them to have emergency blankets and throw a whole bunch of these inside their sleeping bags. We want people to stay alive. Obviously, this is important to have people living. So there's another tent right here. Thank you. And so here's another great big box. And what's in the box? What's in the box? And so we have all sorts of snacks. And so thank you so much. These are things on our Amazon wish list. And so on the Amazon wish list, sorry, there's a loud sound happening here. So I'm just going to plug my earbuds in. And then I'll finish up here. Hey everyone. Okay. So, this is Janelle. So thank you so much, Janelle. I know it's backwards. Janelle Kilshaw for these donations of, granola bars and other items like that. This is great. We really appreciate you. And so thank you for that. Here's another box that we recently got. So what's in the box? What's in the box? Okay. Sugary items and snacks. So people wonder, why are we handing out sugary items? Well, it's cold outside, and calories, I hear, help keep you warm. So, additionally, when we have people that are withdrawing or having some mental health, sugar is a little pick-me-up. So it really is, about survival, and we're thinking of these complex kind of structures to meet people where they're at. So thank you, Janelle, for this donation. Okay, so last box. So what's in the box? It's love from people being the change. But anyways, there's other things. So yeah, more snacks. And so these will go, to people that are in need as well. I mean, it's a pandemic. We're all doing our part. And so this is from Brianne Clarkson. Thank you so much, Brianne, for donating. It means so much to all of us at Be The Change, and obviously to our clients experiencing homelessness. This is, this is essential. Food is essential. So thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in and joining us. If you want to join us and be the change as well, you can head to our website at BeTheChangeYYC.org. And, we have a PayPal link on there where you can donate monetarily. Like I said, liking and sharing this video as well is a great way to help out in that time. And so I'm just going to give some shout outs to people watching right now. So Brendan Brady, thank you so much for tuning in here. And Michaela Pittman, thank you. I've donated before, and I would suggest to anyone who wants to help to make a positive change to donate to this amazing group. Thank you, Brendan. That's very thoughtful. Kathy, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your amazing team for getting our donations out. You're all risking yourselves for the good of others. Yeah, and it's about, giving back and helping others. I think we all in life want to make a difference, and this is a way to make a difference. So thank you. Gail, Kathy, Dixie, thank you. Kevin, thank you for watching. Lori, yeah, so thank you everyone so much for Kevin, Heather, Tammy, RW, thank you for watching. Thank you everyone so much for joining us and being the change. And I just wanted to, take a moment to jump on here and give my time to say thank you to all of these donors and all of you out there, because you are part of Be The Change, and we get seen and we get to hand these items out, but truly Be The Change is you are the heart and you are the soul of what we do as well. So thank you so much, and I wanted to give my time to come and celebrate all of you donors today. So and hopefully I'll be able to do more of these where I can give shout outs to those of you that donate, because you deserve the love and you deserve to be celebrated for the goodness that you are sharing with us. So yeah, thank you so much. Please like and share. Invite your friends to like the Be The Change YYC page, share our donate link, and also you can check out our Amazon wish list, which I will throw up in the comments as well. And you can, there's things as little as $10 on there and up. So thank you so much for that, and they will just ship right to us. So yeah, thank you. And stay warm, everyone. We'll be doing outreach again tonight. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 5 to 9 p.m. We're out on the streets rain or shine, blizzard or not. So if people experiencing homelessness are out there, so are we. Okay, take care.